Another argument that is usually thrown out by pro-abortion advocates, those who promote and believe the right to murder a child in the womb, one of the arguments that we often hear is that as a man, I should have no right to tell a woman what to do with her pregnancy, which is strange because her pregnancy came about by a man. In other words, a pregnancy is a two-person job. It's like it takes two to tango, it takes two to play tennis, and it takes two to have a child. So when I hear many pro-abortion advocates and women say to me, well, you're a man, what do you know about pregnancy, and what do you know about having a child, and so forth, which again is beside the case. That does not evade the issue. It does not ignore the issue. It does not obfuscate the issue that you're still killing a human being. Secondly, the pro-abortion movement was very upset when Roe v. Wade was overturned by President Donald Trump, so that the decision to have abortions is now up to the states. It's a state-level decision, not a federal decision. So when Roe v. Wade was overturned, the pro-abortionists, of course, were all upset about this. So I'd like to ask the pro-abortion ladies, how many women were in the Supreme Court list that ruled in favor of Roe v. Wade back in the 1970s? Was there any women in the Supreme Court bench? None. They were men, all men, who made the Roe v. Wade decision. And so, excuse me, and so to continue with the same logic, well, you're not a man, what do you know about abortion or having a child or being pregnant? But they had no problem commending these men on the Supreme Court for deciding a decision about women and their pregnancy. The only difference was that they spoke of it in commendatory terms, and they promoted it. But the fact of the matter still remains that when you claim that a man doesn't know anything about abortion, they shouldn't have anything to say. Well, first of all, you wouldn't be pregnant without a man. And secondly, Roe v. Wade was decided by several men on the Supreme Court. And therefore, by your own logic, Roe v. Wade was a disaster and a huge mistake.